Hello again, all. Actually have a special guest joining us here shortly, the one and only Flannel Cat.
Oh, hello. I'm special, the guest.
The special guest. The only special guest that matters. Alright, everyone, thanks all for sticking around a little bit longer. I'm actually going to turn down Dragon's Lair music in my ear a little bit, because I can't hear it over you. It's coming in.
The music is
really
the title screen is the loudest part of this game.
Which is unfortunate. Which I'll probably just leave it as is. So anyway, thank you so much, Kat, for joining me for this. Kat was actually one of my inspirations for picking up this game. I originally learned it back in 2023, well after she'd already done horrible things to it. Actually, to switch controllers. And
I'm honored.
I don't know, I remember I originally learned it for, I think I went and learned it for the 40th anniversary, which, ironically enough, this game came out 2 days after my birthday to age myself with that. Exactly 2 days after. So, Kat is amazing at this game. I'm decent. I got my first no-miss this week while practicing for the event, which was awesome. And I'm very happy to have Kat here on the couch with me. We're going to be doing... So I set it to 5 lives, not because I think I need the extra lives, but because it's the arcade setting. This was the first arcade game to ever use a 50-cent marker. Like, you had to insert 50 cents to play. And it was actually a 5-life game, so I'm just keeping it accurate. We'll turn on the arcade cabinet just to make it a little more accurate there.
The arcade cabinet's really slick looking, too.
For sure. So to start off, we have no room. It's the room that looks like a room, but it's not actually a room.
The entrance, which they compounded on in the remake. No, not the remake, the home version.
For sure. So to start off, we've got a couple of mirrored rooms. Also, I will warn that you're going to hear a lot of incorrect move beeps. I do a lot of mashing in this game to buffer. Particularly on stages where it's allowed. It's not allowed in every stage, but on stages where you can, you bet you're behind I'm going to be doing it as much as I can. So another
it's just a
mirror
way
room.
to play this game. It's just you keep hitting the direction you know you need until you hear the good beat.
I pressed the wrong button. I had sort of sent a different button. I shouldn't have failed that, but oh well. So we're going to mash right to get out of that room. It's totally on me.
Share your screen with me.
Oh. You should be able to just watch on the RTMP.
Oh god. Yeah, I should.
Sorry. So 2 fails right away. That's not great. One was an incorrect button press, but the other one was just a mistimed up input. That door room is kind of tricky. For the Lizard King, once you get past the first room, you're just mashing right every time you come to a doorway. Then just go again, dodge the shots. And then from here, I'm just going to be mashing sword.
Yeah, it doesn't actually give you any points when you mash sword there. I'm not quite sure if you need to, but I'm pretty confident you have to in some way.
Fair enough. Another mirrored room. This one can actually be kind of tricky. I know Kat said she had some difficulty with this on the arcade cabinet. Personally,
yeah,
this
the
one...
version of the blacksmith room on arcade really messes with me. Like, there's a slightly different input somewhere, and I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, I didn't have the same problems with it. My problems came with the Wraith room, which we'll be seeing eventually. Snake. Got 3 snakes to fight. Mashing sword till we get to the end. Press up. Climb the rope ladder. And we're out of here. So this room's interesting. I wait till the fire starts to start doing any inputs. From here I just mash left because trying to time those inputs is annoying. But we're out.
If you do hit left too early, you end up just like eating into the fire, and it doesn't go well for her.
Yeah, it's like it registers it when you're supposed to be pressing right instead. I really don't know how it works, but it's weird. Kill the spooner. Off we go.
Great spider yell.
Save me!
Another mirrored room. We're getting a lot of the mirrored rooms out of the way early. So this one has some alternating left and right inputs, and the way I remember it is after the 1 up input, and then just repeat the same direction. Then once we get to fight the knight, draw our sword, press sword, vanquished, moving on. And here we go. One of the hardest rooms in the game, maybe the hardest room. Mudman has issues.
If I'm ever gonna die in this game, it's gonna be in Mudman. You have to delay that up input way longer than it's comfortable.
So once you get to the halfway point, I usually mash and it's okay. Which means I have to cross the bridge first. There we go. Now I'm just gonna mash up, and I, again, apologize for all the beeping. But that room is way too dangerous, so I'm not trying to time anything perfectly past the bridge. First try. Good times. This is a room we see more than twice. I think you see this 4 times, counting the 2 mirrors. I want to say.
It's either 4 or 6, and I forget to count. You'd think I'd know, because I know a lot of this game inside out. And the longer you wait to actually leave, the more points you get when you exit the room.
Yeah, so it's interesting that they give you a score strat in lieu of a speed strat. This room I failed earlier because I forgot what button I had sword assigned to. Totally my fault. But we'll complete it here, and then we'll have to redo the mirrored room later. So for the rooms I failed, I will be having to repeat those. But they don't come until the end of the game before the last stage. There we go.
In the arcade, you don't really get to pick what room you're going to go to next. And if you fail a room, it just shuffles it back into the cycle of when you can show up again.
This is actually one of my favorite rooms. It's actually really intimidating looking, but it's really easy. It's only It's only 3 inputs, and you can mash all of them. The knight is super scary though. Like, that dude is not to be messed with. Here's the Wraith room, the one I was talking about earlier. This room on Arcade Cabinet just ruined me. Like, I could just not time the first up input to save my life.
So there's 2 opportunities, maybe 3 to actually hit up, and they happen at different times, and the window's a little tight. But it's when 2 of the little American Gladiator things pass by at the exact same time as when you want to hit up.
Yeah, and I understand that's how it works. What's weird is they changed the animation for the download version from how the arcade cabinet was. You actually have less time in which to do it. I may have to show as an example to you sometime, but...
Oh, yeah. Every single version of Dragon's Lair I've played. I've played
thumbnail.
The iPhone version, the Android version, this version, the PS3 version, the Blu-ray version, and the arcade version. It's different every single version.
Which I find wild. They would make those choices.
How quickly the scene loads, I think.
Honestly, I've been calling Dark Souls the Dragon's Lair of Edgelord games, so I'm sticking to that. Another mirrored room.
Dark Souls.
Also, if it's going by difficulty, this isn't even close to the hardest FMV game.
Save me!
Oh, Super Don Quixote is the most vicious one I've ever played.
It's pretty rough. Hell, the sequel to this is harder too.
Oh, what, you don't like rooms with like 45 inputs?
No big deal. No big deal at all. Okay, this room's actually tough. It's only 3 inputs, but it's challenging, especially the second one input. Yeah,
the second input's really tight timing.
That up sucks. That up is by far the hardest input in that room.
And you can't mash it, because if you mash up, you'll jump in the door in front of you, and that also kills you.
Space Ace is most definitely not. Yeah, Dragon's Lair 2 is harder than Space Ace. Mirror Horsey.
Space Ace is pretty easy once you have it down. Dragon's Lair 2 is by far the hardest FMV thing I've ever played in my life. That's like playable, unlike Super Don Quixote.
Here we go. So this is actually the longest room in the game, but determined by number of inputs. It's 13 inputs, which I think the second most in the game is 9, maybe 10. I'm not sure about the Marriage Spider room. It's pretty close. We have the first 4, and then you have to scale the rapids. I've actually learned you can just press up through these. I think the way you're supposed to do it is right, left, but up just gets through all of them. Then on our way to the whirlpools. This one actually is right, left. You can't go straight through these. Game will eat you up. Off we go. Then we get the chain. Tap right one more time. Repeats the animation. And we're up. I think this is the last one of these we see. Always the inverse of where you're falling. Beats.
It's technically a different room because it goes deeper.
Marble Radness. I did not know that. That's really cool. So we're getting chased by Steely.
There's like 3 tiers of falling or something like that. And you gotta pay attention to like what number room you're on.
I disagree about that being late, but it doesn't matter what I think. Game insists I was late on that one, but I disagree, but it obviously doesn't matter. Get out of the Wraith room. I This room looks
the
devastating.
But silly because like it shows up twice because it's mirrored, but there's no left-right inputs in it.
Yeah, I find that kind of strange too. It's weirdly trivial. So we're gonna take out the tentacle. And the way I remember these inputs is you actually do a 360 motion. Up, right, down, left, up.
That didn't even click to me. I was like, oh, Dirk walks around the room.
Right.
Very aimless.
This room actually has a speed skip, which Kat taught to me. You press up at the bottom of the stairs, you get to skip like 2 or 3 inputs that way. Pretty neat.
You gotta fight the ring dudes all the way up.
Mash sword to take care of these bats. We're gonna mash right to get to the end. Up we go. This one I thought was hard for a good amount of time, but it's sort of just sword, left, left, sword. Go down here, kill the Batman.
This room has my favorite bat.
Oh yeah?
The 3 bats that bonk into the door.
Oh yeah, that's the best. It's the best exit, I think. Also, nice eye on your throne. Just watching everything. Okay, so now we're gonna do the repeats. This is where I've been before.
So any rooms that we got in, you're gonna see here again. You always know you're getting around to the end of the game when you've got 25,000, 250,000 points.
Okay, so from here I'm gonna try and focus, because I really don't want to lose this. Here we go. There we go. Once you get up the stairs, you can just mash left and you're out. Okay, cool. Alright, on to the redness again.
Slight timing on them of like if you hit up too early, you'll get your foot stuck in the door, and if you hit up left too early, you'll get in the lava. But you know, just wait for the scene to change.
Okay, better timing there. Then you can press up. And now we're in the titular dragon's lair. Oh my gosh. Who would have thunk it?
Pun intended.
So here we have Singe, actually the dragon's name, guarding Princess Daphne. Our first 3 inputs before the pivotal cutscene are the same. We just press left 3 times. You have to do it 1, then 2, then 3. You have to wait it out. One more time here. And then we go get instructions from Daphne on how to beat the game.
Save me! The cage is locked with a key.
Also,
the
Don...
dragon keeps it around his neck.
Don Bluth did such a wonderful job in this game. It just looks so great. Okay, so now Singe is awake and he's really mad. We're gonna do another 360 motion. Where I go left, Daphne cuts, go down, another Daphne cuts, right to go behind the pillar, Singe cuts, up to go towards the sword. And here I'm gonna mash sword until I see Daphne again. I think it'll be right about here. Yep. Mash up, mash sword, and that's game.
Hey, you also hit left instead of up to dodge the tail. GG.
Not a bad run. The 3 deaths were unfortunate, but that was a mix of bad timing, bad luck, and bad execution. So I basically got my bingo card completed.
1cc, we count it.
We do. Thank you all so much for the GGs. We'll go ahead and enter our initials there. Only 5th highest score. I should go home and replay this game.
I keep talking to myself about like going for the high score. Maybe one day. Like, cause there's a max score in this game.
Is there?
Yep. There's an achievement in the Steam version to get it.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to look into that. As it is now, I kind of wanna go back and do more no misses so I can get faster runs. Cause like, even though I got a no miss this week and it was really fast, I think it was sub 11. It had some accidental drops on the fall stages, the dives. Like I got like 3rd floor on one of them when I was timing it for the first one, but you know. Anyway, this game's great. I was really looking forward to running it here. This is my first time running it in a marathon, so thank you again, RGL, for letting me showcase this one.
That's nerve-wracking to run it in a marathon. I remember this game takes a lot out of you.
I remember you ran it in the Coin-Op Classic. That was awesome.
I'm looking forward to you learning
2019, 2020.
You can join me in Don Bluth Trilogy runs.
Yeah, Space Ace is definitely next, but coming up next month, I'll be running this at a local event, the Louisville Arcade Expo, and I'm very much looking forward to that. But in the meantime, looks like we've got our one and only Flannel Cat, who you're talking to now, with some co-op Binding of Isaac. So Cat, thank you so much for joining me on this game. It was lovely having you as always. Good luck with Isaac, and I will see you all throughout the marathon. Take care.
Thank you, friend. Take care.